Disruption. Today I want to focus on the relationship between the serve and the return of serve, and why I might want to use my serve to disrupt what they want to do with their return of serve. Now there's two big reasons I would want to do this. The first one is if I can have a good enough serve, I can get a weak return out of them and attack that, and that's to my advantage. The second reason would be is I can slow their progress up to the kitchen line after they hit that return. If I can slow their progress, they didn't get all the way there, so they're vulnerable. Either I can see their feet or they're still moving. Either one of those is good for me. Or I could do both, right? I could get a weak return and slow their progress to the kitchen line. So all those good things are in my favor. Let's think about some ways, some specifics for how I can disrupt the return of serve. The first way, and the best way to disrupt their return, is to have an awesome serve. We go over the details of how to have an awesome serve on our website. I highly recommend you go check that out. So let's think for a minute about those people who want to have this loopy return of serve, goes really high, bounces, and goes deep, in order to give themselves more time to get up to the kitchen line. How do we combat that? How do we disrupt that? Here are a few ways. One is we can serve the ball wide to them, meaning that if I go wide out to their backhand, it makes them move laterally instead of toward the kitchen line. Or I serve the ball out wide to their forehand, they've got to move laterally, parallel to that kitchen line, and their momentum doesn't carry them forward. Versus if I just serve the ball right at them, or where they don't have to move laterally, then that can give them a running start and help them get up to the kitchen line even faster while they're looping this return in. Another way is to serve the ball deep. So if they have to back up to hit the serve, or if they're already standing back because they know you serve hard, now they have more distance to go to get up to that kitchen line. Similarly, if we can serve the ball hard, it's harder for them to control and get this high loopy return to give themselves more time to get up to that kitchen line. We may get a weak return out of them, and we can attack that return. So those are some ways to disrupt that person who just wants to loop that ball in high on their return to give themselves time to get up to that kitchen line. Another type player you may run into are these young athletic types that have really good hand-eye coordination. So let's say I serve a fast ball at them to start off with, and they handle that really well and drive it back at me fast. I'm going, okay, I need to change up my timing in order to disrupt how they return the ball. The next one you serve at them may be this really high, and I'm talking almost like a lob ball serve that goes deep and bounces up high. So now horizontally it's moving much slower, and it has much more vertical speed on them. That may mess them up if they haven't practiced returning some of those balls. So while it may not be too intimidating to a normal person, somebody that likes to drive that return serve really hard may struggle with that type of a serve. The last type person I'll talk about is the person who likes to put spin on their return and then get up to the kitchen line. How do we disrupt their return of serve? The best way to do that is put spin on your serve. I prefer a top spin serve because I can still hit the ball hard horizontally and throw a lot of rotation on it. They generally don't like to have a lot of rotation on the ball if they're going to spin that return. So a ball that's spinning when they hit it and they try to put spin on it makes life more difficult on them. So if you've got somebody that likes to spin their return, try and throw extra spin on your serve. That's it for today. Next time you go play, don't just think about how you can serve. Think about how your opponent wants to return and how you can disrupt that. Obviously, I talked about different ways to serve today. You need every one of those in your arsenal. If you don't have them, you probably need them. Go practice.